Welcome back to Lisle slash Naperville here in Illinois at the 2022 Word Cup. This is Jesse Matthews here with Evans Clinchy and a new guest commentator coming to us from the other side of the world. It's Weibin. Hello.
Hello. Hello from Singapore. Hi.
All right, so we have Austin Shin and Waseem Khatri at table one for round two here. Two excellent players going head to head. What are your initial thoughts on this matchup, Weibin?
Oh, it's gonna be it's gonna be kind of both players I know are pretty big on scoring. For Austin, scoring never stops.
Yes.
And Wasim makes he does spot a lot of power plays. So I expect this match to be really pretty explosive. Yeah.
It's going to start out with an explosive play, I think, assuming Austin doesn't block it.
Yeah. It's looks pretty likely that Wasim's word will go down. Adoptee. Yeah. And what about you? Do you have you played against both of these players before?
I've played Austin. I don't think I've actually ever played Waseem. I could be wrong. It's definitely been lots of tournaments and games. I have definitely played Austin, but Waseem, I'm not sure. They are both excellent players.
Yeah, I know both of these players have also had quite a good deal of success in online competitions during the pandemic. Yeah, I remember there were, Austin, everyone, I think most people know, has been winning quite a few games, quite a few tournaments, even the ones on Scrabble Go as well. He's achieved some fame on Scrabble Go, I think. Yeah. And Waseem, I think he won quite a few of the tournaments back in 2020 or 2021. Yeah, and he hasn't been playing that much recently online, but I think his name is pretty well known in the scene.
Let's see what we've got in the chat. We'll try and catch up here. Good day, esteemed commentators. Good day right back to you. Welcome to the feed. Let's see. MW Arc gives us a nice little smile there. Hello.
Welcome. Hello, Colin, and hello, Noah.
Yes, that's Nibu. Weibin. It's a very deep question. Who is Weibin?
Oh,
wait.
He places it almost.
Don't play app. Don't play app.
We like valid words.
Does he only have that one spot to play it, or he can? Oh, he can put it kind of on top of the H as well, or below the H, but that's worse.
I think there's one clear spot here. Yeah.
The only one that doesn't open a 9-timer is that one.
Yeah.
And it does come down. So a 77-18 lead right out of the gate for Waseem.
Good afternoon, Sidewinder. We are looking forward to an excellent tournament indeed. Now that is Lewis McKay, right? Am I remembering correctly?
That is right.
I do try to keep track of all the usernames, but it's a full-time job. And it's been a few years. Excellent. It is indeed. Yay. Sometimes I say things correctly once in a while.
Yeah. Oh, it's helpful if people use the same username that when they use online, like on ISC or. Yeah, I actually don't. So on online, I'm actually TWQ, which.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think most of the people I know use the same kind of user name.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Fado is 47 for Austin, making this a close game again, and it looks like Waseem has drawn a fairly poor rack post bingo.
Yes. What do you think he can do with this rack? I'm not seeing very much at all.
You can turn add into
a
zero.
I was thinking the same thing.
7 points.
7 solid points.
Yeah.
7 points.
Make that nice and font-sized.
You can play EUOI through the O in Fado for 4 points.
4 points.
That's too many points. Too many points.
Yeah.
4 points.
His highest scoring option is EAU underneath the dot T, making PE and TA and FIA.
Yeah, that's possible. EAU, I think.
Yeah, the leave of CEII is not the worst leave of all time, only kind of bad. So yeah, got to choose from the best of a bad menu of options here if you're Waseem.
I think the thing that you might want to think about in this kind of position is what you are opening up for your opponent when you play something like EUOI.
Mm-hmm.
Even EAU also opens up something, potentially a double. That's kind of the worst case, but that spot, the double word score beneath EAU is going to be, net your opponent probably 30 points or so.
Yeah, it's an extremely easy spot to hit. Like literally any word practically can go there. It's just
compared to like if you exchange, then maybe your opponent doesn't have that much score on the board.
Yeah, and Lewis is saying in the chat he thinks exchange is better than EAU because of giving away easy points with EAU. I would be inclined to agree personally. I am a fan of exchanging.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quackle is saying the best move here is to exchange 6, keeping only the E.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, keeping CE and keeping ACE even are all pretty good options.
Oh, Waseem seems to be thinking like Quackle.
Probably wouldn't want to keep AE. That's a little bit too vowel heavy.
Yeah. Oh, right. I am looking at the stream, so I actually had a bit of delay myself. But yeah, he was thinking of changing E initially, then AE.
King of Lettuce points out, playing peace keeps a nice lead for USTD through the O. Yes.
Dare to dream.
It's always nice to have peace on the board.
Yes.
Peace over the board.
If we can't have peace on Earth, at least on a Scrabble board, it's a good start. Lewis would keep
he is
ace.
thinking of playing. Oh, he is thinking of playing IEU.
Yeah, he's holding those letters for adieu in his hand there.
I mean, if I were to play something as opposed to exchanging, I'd probably lean towards that, even though I'm not sure how much Quackle would like it, but I'd personally exchange it in this situation.
Well, we were just talking last round about time management with David Eldar, and Waseem, I mean, his first move was the obvious bingo, and his second move is this, and he's already used 5.5 minutes. So definitely a time management issue already for Waseem here.
All right, and he decides to play Ado.
Does he?
Adieu. He does, yes.
Oh, there we go. Thanks, Internet.
For you guys in like 3 seconds.
So adieu for 7. And it's 84.65.
We've got Hubert commenting he doesn't like adieu very much, and that's valid. I think I'd prefer exchanging over that, but I would play that if I were to play something.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to play something, I would probably play EAU, but because I don't know, this just scores very, very, very little. But I do see that this doesn't open up that many scoring hotspots, but does open bingo lines, and that's kind of risky as well.
I mean, the problem is with a leave like ACEI, you need floating consonants for bingos, and all you're putting out is floating vowels. So
that as well.
Not great.
Yeah.
He has I think like a choir,
or a sequia.
Or a sequia. Yeah, he's got stuff.
Yeah, Austin he lined up Vag initially on top of I believe on top of Fado, but he might still play that. I haven't really seen that Waseem's play opened up much for Austin at all, so he might still take the points for that.
So I think the important thing here is to spot the PAV hook, the V underneath PA, because
that as well.
Vig and Viga are very, very strong options here.
Yes, a lot of points for the P and the P's and the H.
Yeah, Viga is 31, which is the best score available here. Well, I guess Vitae, but that's not as good a play.
I think I prefer playing the vowel, Vega,
Oh,
just
nice
because
job,
everything
Austin. You
is all the vowels are basically what's open to you. So I'm in favor of playing the vowel there as well. Because Vega and Vega, I think on this board, Vega definitely.
Vega's the best play, and Austin finds it. Nice job.
Yeah. I mean, Vega, especially since it hits the triple letter score, it's just a lot more points.
Yep.
Yeah, if there were no bonus square there, maybe I would think about it again. Yeah. But too many points to pass up.
So Waseem is lining up cake at the moment. Cake. I don't think that's what it means, but I'm just thinking about cake now. And Verbalobe, you were thinking the same thing. I was thinking Austin thirsty. I am as well. We are in the Midwest. Lots of reasons for thirst. We'll get into that another time.
All right, calm down. It's a family-friendly show.
It is. I did not elaborate. Thank you very much.
Oh, a cake is a parrot. I did not know that.
That's not the kind of cake we're going to be eating today. We're going to be going for like an ice cream cake or something like that.
Eat parrots here in Naperville. It's not local cuisine.
And Austin almost immediately spots Stretchy.
Yes.
Oh, very nice, Austin. Look at that. All right, so cake for 34 comes down. And it's 118 to 96.
And Stretchy's going to be points.
Yeah, but Waseem may have a reply. Not what he's lined up on his rack, but
He's got Crotala. Is that his rack?
yeah. But he's also spotted card load.
Oh, cartload. Very nice. Yeah.
So that's going to play for sure. Assuming Austin plays Stretchy, and he does. He plays Stretchy. That's a very good find.
Yeah, very nice. So that's going to give Waseem a spot for Crotala. So he's got an interesting choice between Crotala and Cartload. They're both pretty good options.
Yeah. I think coal tar used to be a word, but no longer.
Really? Coal tar. Huh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know that one.
It's good not to know that.
My brain just automatically deletes the phonies.
We like valid words. So between the two options, what are you leaning towards, both of you guys?
It's interesting. I mean, points-wise, they're similar. Crotala is 73 and Cartload is 76. They both put a C in the triple lane, so they're pretty similar plays.
Well, I like the score. I would just...
Cartload is down on the board in this case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cartload is played right away. Sounds good.
Yeah. I like the points. I think Cartload is slightly less open, but
Yeah, I think so.
very slightly, yeah. But I think it should be pretty close.
All right, so Austin's got a bingo. Who spots it?
Yeah, there we go. Of course you would spot that. Yes, very good. Link Brotz. Welcome to, this is Peter Andronowski, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Link Rots through the T is the only bingo, and I anticipate Austin will find that. Austin's played a pretty perfect game so far. I think Opa, Fado, Vega, and Stretchy were all the best play, so I would expect him to keep that up. He is one of the best in the world at finding his bingo. Well, really, he's one of the best in the world at every Scrabble skill, but finding his bingos included.
And the scoring never stops, so we would expect more scoring here. Yes. Hello, Peter. It has been quite some time. Nice to see you in the chat with us. Looks like you're also on Team Jacked. Hashtag. I've seen those pictures. You're working out, man. Let's see.
And Waseem will also have a reply after Link Rots goes down.
Oh, yeah.
We like points. All the points.
So, yeah. Well, I think we expected an explosive game, and I think that's what we're getting.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Bingo, bango,
when they
bongo.
just draw bingos every turn.
It
right?
does.
It doesn't help when you miss it. Oh, he's placed lock.
Oh, he's doing it.
Oh, you hate it.
Oh.
And Lewis pointed that out. It's very easy just to play lock here. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
a little bit of foreshadowing here.
I'll probably lock in lock. I don't know, something like that.
Only one playable bingo here for Waseem.
Yeah.
Somebody in chat's going to spot it.
Brain lock. Nice.
Brain lock.
Very nice.
Playable now.
Yeah, Barani is indeed the answer. Yeah, through the O and Fed-O.
Yes. And he spots it. So he goes. He's going to go ahead.
All right, so Baronius comes down, and it's a 259 to 196 lead for Waseem. He's up by 63.
Excellent play from Waseem here so far.
Yeah. It actually blocks Rondino's.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
look
yeah,
at that. So no bingo here for Austin. Not really very many great options at all.
Yeah. So just in the nick of time by Waseem.
Scrabble needs a Peter return, says Colin. I agree. Bring back the Andronowski. Speaking of which, high intensity cardio and pull-ups. Yes, my good man. This is a variation of what I am doing at the moment as well. This week we don't have many options in the hotel, so it's probably going to be a lot of body weight workouts and maybe some dumbbell things, but you make do.
Interesting rack here for Austin. I wonder
Yes.
how good it is just to fish the N. You can play NAB for 10, which is a pretty good score for just fishing an N. And I think that DINORS might actually hit pretty often. Like an E for endorse, an I for Sordini, things like that. I haven't simmed it yet, but I bet you it's competitive.
I'm actually thinking of like just maybe playing the S somewhere and just getting some points.
Well, I mean, because like cakes and something up with the PA, I mean, like if you're going for just points, then you could do that in, I don't know, hands or something.
Yeah. Or below cake.
Oh, QI and adieus and like
something
NIS.
Yeah.
Quackle points out Pans and Parson are both options.
Parson
there.
I thought about too. Yeah, that seemed decent.
Oh, Parson. Interesting.
It opens an S hook. There's one S and both blanks still unseen, so a little bit of a risk there. That S spot is 6 spaces ahead of Stretchy, so you can't fit a bingo ending in S after Parson.
Yeah, the thing about this board is that the S is, well, it's always useful, but it's not as useful as it usually is.
True.
It's not many hooks available. And I think for me, like I'll be looking at, for example, the S of Baronius, trying to get some score there. Maybe if I pick up a big tau, or maybe the O of Baronius as well, the open O. Those are kind of the hotspots that I think I would be looking to score at, or hopefully if I pick up the right letters. So I wouldn't be too worried about the S. About keeping the S in this turn.
Yeah, that's fair. An interesting choice the sim brings up is playing on, just ON to the left of Stretchy, because you're making NY and you're setting up a spot for SNI for the S that you have.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice.
It's actually simming best by far. It's like 4 or 5 points better than anything else, which I'm actually kind of surprised it's that good.
That's a very quackily play, I would say.
It's a creative. It's the kind of thing that like a Nigel would spot. Like it's a creative play that kind of benefits you and benefits the rack you're holding.
Yeah, I think that the interesting thing is that humans may react slightly differently to that kind of play.
That's fair.
That's why I was saying it's a quackily play, because I think if you think like
you meant that as a pejorative. I see how it is.
No, it's not a bad thing. It's just not considering the human factor. That's all. But I think it's definitely a good play to consider. I don't know if I'd pull the trigger on it, but it's definitely a good one.
I see that Waseem has webinar.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And anything with block and playing straight down is going to be points for sure. So like there's no shortage of options. The quackily play, Jeremy, is ON, OH, and NY in the bottom left quadrant of the board. And Lewis, I would agree. Probably not something in general we do enough is thinking about how opponents react to things that are potentially setups. And I would say, yeah, Nigel definitely, of course, would be the one who considers it. There are specific players, I'm biased because I know some of them, players like Conrad. Conrad very heavily considers things like this in the plays that he makes. But you're right. In general, I would say it's not something we do enough collectively.
and he
It's
plays
ironic
not.
that play inferable is on the board possibly because we're talking about things that are inferable. And you can literally play inferable through FE.
Okay, so Nod has come down at the end of the day.
Okay.
They are now both holding blanks and bingos. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that not looks like the kind of play that you make when you think that your opponent might have a very high scoring letter there, like the Z or the J. So he might be thinking about that, like trying to not to go too far behind, but fish a little at the same time.
So I'm kind of wondering why Waseem has played Brainier and not something down to make block in anything. I'm not sure if I would agree with going with this option, but what are your thoughts as to why maybe he would go with that instead of anything block and down?
I mean, points-wise, they're similar. They're both like 78, 79-ish. Brainier's 76, so it's a little bit less, but not too much less. Huh.
Yeah, but does it score more than like webinars or something?
Webinars,
I don't know. I just like saying my name quite a few times, but yeah, webinar scores quite a bit.
I think webinars is 80 and Brainier 76, so not a huge difference.
Someone has pointed out we should have webinars.
I think this broadcast is a webinar.
It is. This round is a webinar.
Yeah, I actually prefer that taking the 4 points there, but I'm not sure. Block is, I mean, playing something with block is all right as well, I guess. Is it about the same score, 76 as well?
Block options down, I think 79 was the highest.
I think so.
Okay, 79.
It's like one less than the very best options, which I think were all 80.
Yeah,
Right.
anything in row 14 that doubles the B. So Zebrina's is the cool one with the Z blank. And webinar,
Zebrina. Okay.
Inbreaks and Emburies. Those are the 4 points. 4 places score 80 points.
I think solidly on team block and anything down just because of what it does board control wise, but that is just my personal opinion.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you're going to be up by 100 no matter what you do, and so you want to kind of limit your opponent's potential to bingo twice, basically. And I think I think that makes it a little harder.
Jeremy points out in the chat, Brainier even randomly sets up the X. Yeah, that's part of the issue I have with Brainier is just the really easy points that are given back by leaving the I underneath the triple letter score. That's not something I want to do personally when I'm bingoing, if there are choices. And in this case, there were definitely choices. Austin has got, I assume, Liern's lined up and not Viernes, Cesar. It is no longer Friday. It is Saturday.
Yeah. Liern's is a 6 tile overlap, so it's a very nice play, and he just puts it on the board right now, underneath Brainier. Is that the highest scoring play? Looks like it's going to be really one of the top choices available.
Yeah, that is the highest scoring play. Very nicely found by Austin. Beautiful.
Very nice. And Waseem has Umu lined up on his rack, not Uwu.
Uwu.
Umu Wiggy.
I think Uwu came up in anagrams last night as well because it was in that horrible pool we had near the end of the game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is not the kind of rack that you want to have when like Austin catches up to you.
I mean, on the other hand, I don't know if I'd actually would exchange. Maybe if I were to exchange, it would be now before it gets level. But I'm just looking to see if I would because there's still scoring options even with the terrible.
Yeah, Umu on the far left making and my is totally fine. It's 27 points and clears out some of the junk. No need to exchange here.
Waseem mega punished.
Nah, he's fine. He's still up by 45 and he's got scoreable tiles.
Ooh, and Austin's going to have a really nice play on top of Brainier because of what happened with Liern's. G will play very nicely there.
Oh, maybe and Lays. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's a little bit of. I mean, I guess when you play Brainier, you kind of lose control of what goes on. Sometimes, a bit unlucky for this to happen to Waseem, but yeah, it does happen sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, he made IN with the J and the Z both unseen, so Jin and Zin are both things he's got to be worried about.
Yeah, I mean before that it was the X, so now it's the J and the Z. So his rec was so bad that he couldn't really do anything. Maybe he thought of some kind of extension for lock, but I don't think he had any.
Yeah, so G has come down.
Yeah, G comes down quickly as you'd expect, and we got ourselves a close game again. 348, 362. Waseem's up by 14.
Pastor and Damas, could Waseem have played brainier because he wanted to block the double W with FB, especially the blank out? I don't think so. And then as pointed out further down in the chat, any plays involving block will block that lane as well. Yeah, so I think it was just, personally, in my opinion, a mistake based on the options available.
And Waseem draws wiggier.
Oh, it's wiggier.
Wiggier, more like
wiggier. More wiggy.
Abounding in Wigan.
We could all stand to be a little bit wiggier.
Yeah, that's true.
Wiggeries.
By the way, table one's going to be wiggier next round. We're going to have Dave Wigan against Jeff Tevin.
Oh, yes.
So looking forward to that for sure. Speaking of explosive players who can play a lot of bingos, Dave and Jeff definitely qualify.
Yes. I'm having trouble finding a good play for Waseem actually. I mean this game, in this move.
So his best option is really pretty. It's Wigeon, Wigeon, into the ON on the far right there, making paw.
Ooh, that's
not easy to spot.
Yeah, not an easy spot.
But it's the best play by far, so he really should find it.
Board vision required here, definitely.
Yeah. I saw wig there, but I didn't see the extension.
Oh yeah. Put the E on there.
All right, so wires going.
I might have seen it in the real game, but it's not easy.
Yeah, if you don't see Wigeon, wires
are a reasonable option for sure.
So Waseem goes ahead by 35, and Austin's on turn. It's going to be a close game.
We like these, I'm sure they're sweating, but we like having close games. Full of all TED dramas. We love TED dramas.
Austin plays Wifty very, very quickly.
An interesting spot. He had Wifty making EW on the far right for 45, but he plays this Wifty for 38 instead.
And it seems to be held and maybe challenged.
Oh, good call. Yeah, they're going to challenge it. It is good. So
yeah,
5 is coming Austin's way.
He did have Wifty below.
Yeah, it was 7 points more.
I think he probably played it pretty quickly, a bit too quickly maybe. But maybe he likes the volatile situation.
Perhaps
this opens up a triple word score. The S of Boronius is still open for a bingo. Personally, I would have taken the points.
Yeah, me too. But Wifty is 43 when you include the +5 for the challenge, and Austin now leads by 12.
Nice.
No, by 8. I can't. Numbers are hard, man.
And that's why we're here.
I only got 1 coffee. Okay, you got 2. I'm jealous.
That's true. Double or nothing. Can you infer anything after wire? I was just thinking that.
It does look a little bit fishy, I guess, to only play 2 tiles, but
I think all you can infer is that you don't have a D when you're playing wire, because otherwise.
And Waseem plays which I think is not a word,
right? Yeah.
And Austin, and he seems to have drawn his letters already, or I think so. So Austin hasn't. I don't think he's held the play.
Oh my! Flash draw.
Well, I think he could have held it. But
so Austin's clock is running. He's definitely committed Widge to the board.
Yeah.
Perhaps that was also to try and take out the X plays, given that we now see Waseem has. Hang on, no, I'm thinking the wrong player. I'm sorry. I'm thinking the wrong.
Waseem now has Nitroxes.
Oh yes. Ooh.
Well, I'm just wondering which word Waseem confused it with.
Well, there's Waj with an O. There's
Sorry, no, you missed my pun.
Oh, which? Oh, I got there. Okay, thank you. I gotta stay on my toes. You guys pun so much. It's hard. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he played that really quite quickly as well. So I don't know. It's like this is a 5-point challenge game, so
Yep.
technically you shouldn't be afraid of
All
challenging.
right, 3 tiles in the bag.
Sure.
We got our pool of EIO and 7 consonants. Interesting spot here. Austin is now down by, what is that, 25? 25 points. And he's on.
Oh, this is these unseen letters are.
Oh, these are the wrong letters. I'm sorry. I got the wrong letters on Austin's
Okay.
rack. I'm still getting used to this interface. All right, here we go. It is still EIO and 7 consonants, but it's a different 7 consonants than I said. Okay.
Right.
So this
Interesting.
is a pretty brutal spot for Austin. Bingoing looks extremely unlikely. And he's down by 25. How are you going to make that up?
Yeah, it looks like I don't know. It feels like he might have to leave. Like,
What about
this spot
Vulgo?
open?
Like, I'm thinking
Yeah.
even it might not sim the highest, something like Vulgo on the O and cartload to like jump some of the awkward stuff.
Yeah, no, I think something like that makes sense. But
We have
Yeah,
omnipotence here, but I mean, or omniscience, pardon me. But yeah, Pavs. So he's going for points. Okay.
Yeah, people in chat are pointing out that he's doomed because there's no vowels he can draw, and I think that's correct. We see Waseem's rack. We know that he has EIO, and so Austin is going to draw all consonants, and he's going to be very sad.
Sad.
So what does he play? He plays.
He played
Pavs.
Pavs and cakes, and here
Got
comes
it.
Nitrox's pretty much instantly.
Yeah. GG.
yeah, the thing about Vulgo is that you have to draw at least 2 vowels, I think, to actually and I think what you're trying to get is also, I mean, either hope that your opponent has no bingo or you draw a response, which I think is not very likely. But yeah, you never know. I mean, the 3 vowels could have been in the bag as well. The unseen letter looks
wrong. I'm sorry. It's an L, not a Z.
Yeah.
So nothing much Austin can do here. He's going to lose by a solid bingo size margin.
Zlug.
Zlug, indeed.
He got zlugged right at the end there.
Yeah, you got zlugged right in the face. Painful.
Yeah, I think what Austin did was decent. I mean, playing the 2.
Yeah, Pabs is nice.
Off. Yeah, but
You just got to hope to draw vowels, and he didn't.
Oh, and there's Muntz on Austin's rack. I'm thinking Simpsons again.
Nice.
Nelson Muntz.
Nelson. Speaking of getting slugged in the face, he's the bully, right? Yeah.
Yes. Smell you later.
Yeah, I'm not seeing very much other than like playing the Z at on top of with the.
Mitsurugi says, "Hi folks, are you doing Quackle files of each game? If so, could you share them with me? Would be great for material for my Times column."
Yes, absolutely. So what we're going to do is publish a blog on cocoscrabble.org every evening after games are over, and I'm going to link all 7 games each day in that blog, so you can check that out tonight.
Excellent. And Evans, just one more time for
that
our lovely
website
viewers.
is cocoscrabble.org.
All right. We'll type that in the chat as well.
Yeah, so cocoscrabble.org/Word Cup Live is where we got all the pairings and standings. That's Word-Cup-Live. And then /news is the blog where we're going to have posts each day, kind of summarizing all the action.
So he's lined up Zit. I think that's something like about what I see as well. Just 34 points to close out the game.
And I think worth pointing out here, Yes, the game is decided. Something Austin's doing that we can talk about that's not really like, it's not quackly, it's just more like tournament metrics, is you want to try and minimize spread, right? Like when you know you're going to lose, every little point comes in to make a difference if you have close standings at the end where spread is a tiebreaker.
Yep.
So I think part of what Austin's doing, like we can see Zit very likely is going to be the best choice, but he's probably making sure he's not giving up any unnecessary points, because even just a few could make a difference later on in the tournament. So it's always good when you have the time like he does with 5 minutes on the clock to make sure it is the best choice.
For sure. With our omniscience, we know that the best play is indeed Zit, and there is not much to think about. But for Austin, he can't know that. He's got to actually look.
Yeah.
Computers are very helpful for us, but he can't use them. That'd be cheating.
And this is where having enough time comes in handy. We have a different situation in this game than last round, where time was a massive factor in the end game. But here they both have more than enough time to figure out their optimal moves at the end.
Yeah.
The finality with these two games is they were both decided by a late bingo. So,
Yes.
so Oriental get the win for Chris Lipe in round 1, and now Nitrox is for Waseem here in round 2. Decisive bingos at the end both times.
And Waseem plays LO to go out. So that's second game decided.
All right.
All right, so for a final score here.
Oh, I'm failing. Hold on. Zit, and then
Just an L. LO.
There we go. He plays L. Which LO? Does it matter?
On top
Not
of
really.
Nitrox's.
Okay. Final score is going to be Waseem 518 and Austin 452. So a nice win here for Waseem Khatri in round 2.
Yes, and I would normally ask you what you think the swing play was, but it's already kind of been defined in the chat. I think Widge coming down with that lovely draw after is definitely our lovely little swing to decide this game.
Yeah.
The scoring, unfortunately, did stop. Well, technically, it didn't. It kept going for Waseem, but it stopped with a few
Honestly,
clunky
the scoring
racks.
was just fine. It was 43 and then 27 and 34 at the end for Austin. He did keep scoring. That wasn't the problem.
I think somewhat ironically, he needed to stop the scoring. From
Yes,
Waseem
that was the
very
problem, was that the
briefly.
scoring didn't stop.
The scoring did not stop from Waseem's side,
When
and
the
it could
opponent
have.
scores 518, you need to make the scoring stop more often. Yeah.
Yes.